Today I'm off to North Kent, Dartford to be precise, for a really intriguing clash between top of the table Dartford and bottom of the table Billericay Town. Given that the last two trips were both well over 100 kilometres, that was to Hungerford Town and Oxford City, I'm really looking forward to this one because it's about half the distance, should take me about 3.5 hours. Yes, it's grey, cold, wet and windy, but it should be a really enjoyable cycle ride nevertheless. There's a lot to look forward to at Dartford. It's a fantastic stadium and it should be well packed out, hopefully with over 1,000 fans there today. And in AD Aziz, they have one of the division's best all-round strikers playing up front. Now, ostensibly, I'm there to watch a National League South game as part of my role as head researcher for National League South for Football Manager. I say ostensibly because it turns out that I've become embroiled in the burger wars. It started when I went to Hungerford Town and had one of their burgers, and they claim it's one of the best. They claim it's the best burger in the division, and I concurred. The following week, I went to Oxford City, who also boast a really, really good burger. I didn't feel like it was quite as good as the Hungerford Town one, but I did think their pie was one of the best pies I'd ever had, not just in football but anywhere. During the week, it turns out that Oxford City are making claim that their burgers are the best. Hungerford still claim that theirs are the best. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying a burger every single grad. It's not doing a lot for my desire to lose a bit of weight as part of the cycling challenge, but it should be a very tasty challenge nonetheless. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the food on offer at Dartford. Right, that's the end of the preamble. Bike's ready, bag's ready, Christmas hat is ready because now it's December. Let's get on with the ride before it starts raining or indeed snowing.
Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging. You let me know, but I planted a seed, just let me grow. I'm on my knees while I'm begging, cause I don't wanna lose you. I got my arms all spread, I hope that my heart gets fed. Matter of fact, girl, I'm begging. Why we got good shit, don't embrace it? Why the feel for the need to replace me? You're on the runway track from the good. I only painted a picture, telling where we could be at, like a heart in a dash where it should. You done gave it away, you had it till you took your pen. But I keep walking on, keep open doors, keep open for that the call is yours. Keep those on hold, cause I don't wanna live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging.
Well, I made it to Dartford, Prince's Park Stadium, and what a lovely stadium this is too. It was built only a few years ago. It holds about 4,000 people. And this season, the average attendance for Dartford is about 1,000 people, a little over actually, I think. That's 1,000 people coming to see the team that they like to call Barcelona, in tribute to their fantastic passing style. They're definitely one of the better passing sides in the division, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them today. So Dartford versus Billericay Town, top versus bottom. Billericay Town may be short on confidence, but they won't be short on hard work. They always give their opponents a game, and I expect it to be no different here today. For Dartford, I already mentioned him earlier in the video, but Ali Aziz is one of their top players. In fact, I think he's the best all-round striker in the division. He's not the top scorer. Sean Jeffers is running away with that particular title at the moment, but he's got everything to his game. He can score with either foot, he can score headers, he's strong, he's powerful, he's fast, he's technically very gifted. He's a great player, and really looking forward to seeing him in action today. Another player I'll highlight is Noor Hussain. He's a playmaker. He's got goals and assists to his game. He's industrious, and he's a really, really good player. So he's another one to look out for today. Dartford are managed by Steve King. Steve King took over a couple of seasons ago, and it's been one hell of a transformation since he took over. When he joined Dartford, they were short on confidence. They were near the bottom of the league, and they were nowhere near the side that they are today. He brought in the likes of Darren McQueen. They went on a scoring frenzy and ran away up the table under Steve King's management. Billericay Town's Charlie Lee announced his retirement earlier this week, so he'll be a loss for them, but they do have Josh Wright, who's warming up behind me. He's the brother of Mark Wright, and he's the former Gillingham, Charlton and Crawley Town central midfielder. So they've still got some good quality players in their squad. Right, and now it's time for me to sample some of this famous Dartford food. Right, it's time for the next instalment in Burger Wars, my quest to go through and sample every burger in the National League South. And I'm beginning to think that the likes of Oxford City and Hungerford Town have set the bar a little bit too high, because I've got to be honest, I'm looking at this and I'm not very excited. I'm not expecting too much. I don't know what you think, but it looks a little bit generic burger for me. So let's see how it tastes. Hungry as I am, I'm not convinced I'm going to finish this. The meat's not very tasty, hasn't been flavoured. The bun isn't toasted very well. The cheese is just plastic cheese. Yeah, this is a million miles away from what you get at other National League South clubs. Having said that, this is very much one of the nicest grounds in the division, for sure. Their team plays some of the most attractive football in the league, so don't come here for the food, come here for other reasons.
Invincibility, let's simplify to fit this civility, then minimize existence with liberty. Led down a line which it's instability. It's time to release, time to unwind, time to redirect life from front lines. All I need is one mic and one mind. Isolation helps fight the unkind. When we move forward, a new dawn arrives, where we choose to ignore food for the mind. Who's mortified that we order by a piece of land in order to form a life? Who authorized this competitive normality? Causalities accepting the formalities, for battling impetuous mortality, traumatically misled to distort clarity. Yo, heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast. Heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast. Just step to the plate like a batter up who's mad enough to smack the ball out the park. Now how bizarre, man, that I act bizarre as an option opposing to self-destruct. And now I gotta get it together, whether it's now or never. Make moves a man, it's pressure my plans, endeavor to ban so we handle better. Inevitably your family stands together. A man's dilemma is less when there's unity found. Who can be down and blind with this movement of vows? Who are the coward types who threw in the towel? Who are the outcasts who keep true to themselves because we don't need a reason to boycott our dreams and follow the lead and I take the lead, man. With me, I'm the king of my kingdom, shouting out loud the things that I'm thinking, yeah. Heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast. Heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast.
That's what happened. Now what's your reaction?
forbid our lives are different. Whether you're choosing to abide by the system, whether you're losing touch like ice addiction, whether or not you live in a tight position, whether your cause is based on a righteous mission or capitalize and provide a riches. I hope your drive will supply fulfillment. Both ends of the spectrum require persistence. With my religious guide and wisdom, it's like a Christian's Bible scripture. It's love in the time that you're having to serve to just be free, then capture the worth of a choice. Cause that's all we got at the end of the day. So call the shots. This man is solitude, won't change to make it. No matter what you do, someone will hate it. So heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast. Heaven forbid I don't be a slave, man. Heaven forbid I go my way, man. Cause I know that it's hard to accept I'm an outcast, outcast, outcast.
Guess I'm just a radical. Just a radical. Guess I'm just a radical. Just a
Right, so that's the game. It finished 1-0. You might be wondering why I'm stood outside my house rather than doing this in the stadium. The reason being, it was so cold. It must have been about -5, -10. That's certainly what it felt like. As soon as the final whistle blew, I got out of there and cycled straight to the train station, to the relative warmth of a train. So anyway, it finished 1-0. It was quite a scrappy game, to be perfectly honest. Dartford took the lead in the first 10 minutes. A bit of a howler from the Billericay keeper allowed Jake Robinson, aka Gary Goals, to send a low drive into the bottom right hand corner. Dartford certainly dominated the game and had the vast majority of chances. Midway or late on in the second half, the Billericay keeper compounded his nightmare by getting sent off. Billericay, they had no substitute goalkeeper or had used all their substitutions, so up stepped their left back to don the goalkeeper's shirt and go in goal. His first job was to deal with the free kick that was awarded when the Billericay keeper got sent off. A lovely free kick was sent over the wall and the left back actually made quite a decent save and parried it out. Dartford didn't have many more shots, and weirdly, Billericay started to come into the game and had a few half chances themselves. They could easily have snatched a goal if the luck was more in their favour. Dartford's George Porter hit the bar late on with a fine shot, but ultimately it ended 1-0 to Dartford. So a bit of a scrappy game, not one for the classics, but certainly well worth going nonetheless. Even though I'm back home, it's still pretty cold here, so I'll wrap up now. As usual, this is all for Prostate Cancer UK. This is why I'm cycling to all 21 National League South grounds this year. My next trip is actually the Boxing Day fixture at Tunbridge Angels. They'll be playing in a derby against Maidstone United. That promises to be a fantastic game. So look forward to seeing you all then.